He was talking, but you couldn't hear him. Maybe you could.
No!
Now he's gonna be on echo. You totally could hear him.
You couldn't hear me before. What a good time.
Oh yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the GMAE show, where we play the games that you create inside the Sandbox Game Maker 5 days a week here on this channel. Just off screen, my cat knocked over a whole monitor. Just right.
Oh my goodness.
He's just like,
What
I'm gonna
is
just
going
walk
on?
over this touchscreen display that's like kicked up, you know, on its little kickstand. Boom! Clap!
What a
Pete's
buddy.
savage. He is not a good cat.
Oh, he's not doing good right
But
now.
he's also probably scared to death because it is getting close to the 4th of July. It is that weekend now. So forgive me, chat, if you guys do hear during the duration of this show any fireworks, as we live 2 blocks from the beach. So everybody's coming here to pop those off.
Boom.
It may be
Bang.
July 3rd, 2022, where you are if you're watching us from the Asia Pacific region, Africa, the EU zone, or anywhere around the world that is not North and South America right now. He's not a good
Love to
cat.
have him.
Don't let laser beams fool you in the chat. He's not a good cat.
He's
Chat.
the best boy. What are you talking about?
He's not the best boy. He is not the best boy. What is the good thing that he does? Sometimes he's cute. He claws
Right.
at my walls. He tries to
Laser
like...
Beam's got it.
He sleeps
don't even need
exclusively
my
on the
monitor.
laundry. He's a mess. He's a mess. Chat, we're playing your games from the Game Jam.
I
today.
believe in you, Joe.
Now.
I wasn't. They
Yes.
had already done that today.
They did that today, but you put it in the you put it in the title, right?
I did not. We're playing.
Oh well,
your game.
whatever.
Your
Let's
Game
play
Jam
whatever you
game.
want. You got the producer
Right.
out here. He's making the choices. Chat. I'm just playing
We
what
got
this
this.
man tells me to play. So we're playing whatever it is.
No, we're rolling on people's Game Jam games. Everybody knows about that Game E.
Oh,
We're
okay.
already past that.
All right. Okay. All right. We're past it, chat. He's in charge. He's in charge. What
You
do we
know
got?
where to go
What do we got
to
rolled
get
up?
that news.
What do we got-
Well,
what do we
first
got?
off, here in the makings, we got Half Dork's VoxEdit Game Jam entry on page 12 last seen.
Okay.
Star
All right.
Runner.
All right. Well, we're going to
There's
be playing
no
that.
major news for today.
None, because it's Saturday. It's Saturday, so we don't have any big news events that would happen on Saturdays. But we'll get back into that on the Tuesday show. Monday is officially the 4th of July in the United States, so we will... Conrad and I.
No, but
Yes.
we are going to be playing on my birthday this Sunday.
Sunday,
make up for
Sunday,
last night.
Sunday. Yes, that's true.
But
That's true. But there still won't
But-
be news then.
no, there won't be news, but it'll be a good time.
Yeah, we're chilling, vibing, having a good
But-
time.
I went
Hey,
ahead
we're
and threw out those Game E winners
Oh, thank
inside
you.
of the chat there. Pardon my stuffy nose.
Oh,
Doing
we're
my
all,
best.
we're all in that life. We came back from that
Oh my
that
goodness.
NYC. This guy's still recovering from COVID. He's in denial,
I'm-
but also.
I got it. Don't worry.
Anyway, so what do we got going on here? We're playing some of your games. We do that 5 days a week on this show. Playing these games with the intention to break your games and help you make a higher quality product. It is okay to submit any level of designed game to this show. We've played games that are anywhere between completely produced and submitted for Game Jam experiences where they could win tens of thousands of dollars. Some of those people
Mhm.
already had won that, all the way down to 4 wolves on a default map to help people
My
build
favorite level.
a narrative experience that they didn't know where to get started. And people who produce content, hopefully, will take that from this show and they'll be able to use those inside the metaverse or in those game jams, as Conrad mentioned before, so that they can get started in the Sandbox game. You can create these experiences with the Sandbox Game Maker software. It's a totally free software on sandbox.game, and we have our VoxEdit asset creation software as well, where you can create all the characters, all the arts, the world elements that you see inside these experiences for free, completely free. Submit to those game jams, possibly if you are like one of the top 10 winners that just won in the GMAE game jam. You could use that sand token that you win in those experiences to fund any number of things. Maybe you purchase a land so that you can publish these experiences in the metaverse, or you can use that sand like Andy Ritchie did, one of our now staff members that was just like you watching this show, to buy a new PC, maybe start streaming, do all sorts of things. Whatever you like, it is cryptocurrency and it's your money when you win. So, Conrad, you got queued up. You said Half Dork's experience was on page 12. Is that right?
Last seen, page 12.
Okay, let's
Star Runner.
Here. Star Runner. As soon as I get it loading up here, I will
Just
flick
want to give
over.
a shout out
Okay.
while you're doing that to some of our regulars here. We got Roxy Miguel in here. Regular. We've been playing a lot of their games. Batman TV, Rad is Rad. I am Conrad, so that makes sense. Electronics, how's it going, my friend? It was wonderful to meet you. PG Live, we got your game on the queue. And I know you just finished up a contest as well. Dark Figure, it's nice to see you. Fox Ghost, fantastic, congratulations. Maddox Furia, good to have you here. Hodel Hill, the best as always. Oh man, we got everybody here. Oh, and we're breaking right into it. So let's get going to it, friend. And if you guys have any questions, please make sure to shout them out in the chat. We can always answer them. Like Stanley Wilson here over on YouTube wants to know if there are going to be any Wizzies in Season 3. What do you think about that, Joe?
I think so.
You think there's going to be some Wizzies in Season 3?
I know we're going to be giving away Wizzy assets on this show every day. And in the duration, Stanley, if this is your first time watching, I don't think it is because you mentioned Wizzies, but nonetheless, for those people who are just watching, if you join us on our live show that starts at 3 a.m. UTC here during the duration of the alpha, or as we are streaming right now, we give away one free NFT to the community in every show. So during the alpha that is coming up, we will transition to the regular schedule for alphas. And I said it already once, 10 straight weeks. We'll be streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Here, playing the newest content that has come out inside the alpha during that period. If we finish early, of course, we can go back to playing your experiences inside the Sandbox Game Maker. Time allowing, of course. And we will then wrap it up at the end, tentatively. Haven't yet confirmed this, but tentatively, assuming everyone's schedule is open, we're going to do a 24-hour live stream to close out Alpha Season 3.
You know I'll be there the whole time.
We'll see if you can survive. We'll see if you can survive.
I'm not dead yet, friend.
Sir. All right. Well, yet, he says, chat. Yet.
Keyword there.
All right. BossBot. You're finally awake. This is BossBot speaking, your new employer. Did you have a nice cryo sleep? Where am I? The Omega System. Home to a dual star, which showers the surrounding planets with rare materials. Why am I here? Your job is to collect these minerals and bring them to our client. Simple. Even for a human such as yourself. Easy enough. Indeed, upon collection of 20 asteroid minerals, coordinates will be sent for delivery. How do I collect them? And if I say no? Let's try it. And if I say no, you serve Corp Vendrix now. These are your orders, Corp Vendrix. The artificial intelligence leading us towards immortality. Once there was one, now there is many. Are. An ever-expanding corporation. Bring new order to the Cypherverse. Cypherverse is everything. It is our universe, programmed by the great creator, Omega. Somebody else used Omega in another experience before. I wonder if those are interlaced. Do they not teach you humans these things? Now get to work. All right, we're getting to work. That is an exit. Wait, do I get to shoot it? Bzz, bzz. Yeah.
Very classic. I like it.
Yeah, the only downside that I'm catching, and there's not much you could probably do about this, is, wait, first of all, why do I keep getting shot? Omega.
As we're told by the dev here in the chat,
There's
Omega
no
is
yes?
the deity, the main deity in VoxEdit.
Ah, very good. That makes sense. That tracks. It is VoxEdit contest, so that makes complete sense why we're seeing some overlap there. All right, we've got an explosion on these asteroids. I believe that it is possible to make it so that there is no collision sound with these assets, but not totally sure on that. I'd have to double check inside the experiences, but I think I would prefer that versus the sword sound that's happening by default. Because I can hear myself kind of swinging around that sword and hitting those things. Maybe that's not such a big deal, and I'm just overthinking it, but... Oh, I just have to kind of be in the area.
Our dev also says you can interact with them and pick them up as well.
Oh,
so I wonder how that works.
By interaction or laser, so I could just press E and it would blow up.
There we go. I
think I would prefer to have it be pressing E, and maybe part of the... Make it so part of the rock is the lasers that shoot at them, rather than the ship itself having the laser attack. That way...
Good job, employee name.
Employee name. Now deliver the minerals to Gespirox. What? Gespirox. Of the sister planets. It's marked on your ship console with a question mark. Time is ticking, human. Yes, boss. All right. Do a barrel roll. All right. Flying up. Contactless delivery initiated. Uploading your next task. Yay! Sarcasm detected. You were efficient in this delivery. The Luma Systemica is most pleased. What's this? Faction of scientists and scholars. The asteroid minerals will further their research of NRG. They will share their findings with us. This is good for business. Energy. Neural radiance gas. The Cyberverse's most precious resource. It's mined for and traded as a commodity. Gather 10 starfall extract. This dangerous substance is found near the dual star. Dangerous? Your ship will take damage as it passes through the starfall. However, by colliding with the raw extract, it will pull inside your ship's inventory. Safety is our secondary concern. Repair stations will heal any repairs using company credits. Now get to work.
I like the dialogue so far. After work always has a good humor.
Excuse me. Oi, oi, oi.
I'm feeling it.
No funny business, smooth police. All right. Okay. So.
Well, before you get really rolling here, I do have another question here from the chat.
Okay.
All right. Jack Benino over on YouTube asked, how can they get their cultural center participated in alphas? It's already built and has an expo running in it from the Dominican Republic. How can they be a part of future alphas and things like that?
Sure. Well, I think one of the important things to note is that alphas themselves will not ultimately, or alphas or season passes or anything like that will not ultimately be limited to the sandbox, right? Coming up shortly after our Alpha Season 3, a partner will host a season as well. Did I just die already? Did I die?
Yeah, you're getting too close to the sun.
Too close to the sun. It appears to hit harder when I get closer. But I need that.
Get out of there, Icarus.
No, I don't think I will.
You
Ow!
just drive into it.
Ow! Ow! Okay, maybe I will.
As you were
but-
saying, though.
But the so in terms of your experience, very soon users will be able to publish their experience to their lands in the metaverse. So as long as you own a land, you'll be able to publish that into that space. And you could host your own season if you want to. You could sell your own season pass with your own benefits therein, and that sort of thing if you like. Or, you can have your experience published and you could have a user pay to play, possibly. Or maybe it's a benefit for owning a different kind of NFT where that NFT gets them access to your social hub space, or none of those things, and you just have it be free to play in the metaverse. Totally up to you. But as it stands right now, for those experiences that are going into these alphas, they are typically part of either a special competition or the Game Maker's Fund. You can apply to be in the Game Maker's Fund by going to the Git book. Conrad, could you pull up the Game Maker's Fund link for me for the Sandbox game? This is gamefund.sandbox.game. They're popping off. They're popping off. We're going to get a lot of fireworks out here. All right. You cannot wait. I suppose your time is limited, human. Nice. Very well. The Shentanks merchant has gifted you a gratuity for your timely delivery. Shentanks are bands of nomads. They travel the galaxy in search of the unknown, while enriching the lives of those they encounter.
You just want that Git book.
Just the
fund
that as long as it has the link to gamefund.sandbox.game, yeah, paste those in the chat for me, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, we subtracted the gratuity from your travel and cryosleep expenses. Thank you for your continued service and compliance. Your last task is to retrieve a repair torch from the Humanopolis, found in the planet Dean. Where is that? Dean lies beyond the dual star. Mark the coordinates on your ship's console. All right, here we go. Trying to get you a heal there. There we go. All right, welcome to Dean, home of the most beautiful metropolis in the Omega system. The Ecumenopolis. Called it Humanopolis. Ecumenopolis. All right, these are words. The Ecumenopolis is the planet-sized city you see before you. Intricate design for incredible efficiency. The entire surface of Dean was repurposed to house a singular AI. Rad. Oh yes, straight to business. You are to administer this repair torch to the repair stations scattered across the Omega system. That's it. That's all for now. This is your first day after all, and we of Corp Vendrix are capable of mercy. Alright. Want to grab it? Oh, I just have to pick it up. Lit torch. So I grabbed a lit torch and the indicator did not go away. Typically the indicator is managed by like a calculator or whatever, right? That probably wasn't tasked with being destroyed as we come to get that repair station. I push E
Our
on
game
that.
dev
Yes.
said that those are literal lore bits from VoxEdit.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It was just some one of those moments where I'm like, you working in sci-fi, you're always going to get new words where you're like, what? Okay.
They said that the favorite animation on the chip is the shift roll. What happens when you roll? Oh, there we go. That's satisfying.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Do a barrel roll. Jump. Backflip. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're all over the place.
I like it. And welcome to the show, the Escape Room Artist. Always fun to have new faces here.
All right, thank you for repairing. You're welcome. Good work today, human. When you're ready to clock out, find Omega, the creator of our vast Cypherverse. All right. Game by Half Dork. Thanks for playing. Did you find all 3 dork ducks? No. Worse than no. You gave me a question and no opportunity to respond. But I like it. You earned the night off. Seek out Omega to win. Omega is here at the exit. But Omega covers the exit now. Yeah, so, okay. So overall, you've got something that has no conflict, really. That bit, I think I don't love. There is a few opportunities where your ship's going to take damage. Essentially, you're playing a DHL simulator, right? When I'm thinking about, go pick this up, go drop this off. It's fetch quests. Let's look at the world. The world / environment, I think, is really pretty. It's really well done. The suns look great. They're using emissive light, and they do look like it is lit by the suns, despite there being global illumination. That's not something you can really control right now. But
TM.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the different planets. You've got deeper planet lore than you have in the lore, which I think is good. The names of the planets are popping up as we get close to them. Let me just check for some things that might be okay. It's consistent that you still take damage whether you're in this quest or not when you're inside those fields. I think that's good. Okay, so when I come back to this planet here, I think you did a pretty good job to represent that the planet itself maybe is one big city, but or that it is one big AI. But my question for this particular planet is, should it be a little bit more pointy, more rigid, depending on the structure? Obviously, this is probably the most solid structure for a singular AI or whatever, but if I'm thinking about it as a single city planet, I might like it to have a few more skyscrapers or something like that, being generally rounded, but, just a little pokier for whatever reason. Not a lot that I can pick apart from this and say that it is or isn't great. I just would have liked to see more combat so that I would have had good reason to use a barrel roll and like the backflips, stuff like that. The attacks look good.
Our dev in the chat does say the planets are not relevant to the quest, but also have lore bits when you approach.
Sure.
And he does spot his own mistakes.
Good.
So I have been desperately trying to figure out how to play a game called Armada back on the Dreamcast that I had as a kid. And this gives me the bones of that. And I would like to see more from this experience. It's definitely, it definitely leaves me wanting more. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would imagine that somewhere in their lore, they have these planets, being opposed to each other at some point. That sort of thing. So maybe Hux, you fly up to Hux, it's doing the lore bit. You finish the lore for the first time, and it's like, oh, invaders from Lurox are trying to take territory here. Like they want to own Hux or something. I don't know. They're close to each other, so, something to fight. I am noticing that each time I come up close to this proximity-based lore piece, it's firing every time. So you could possibly make it so that it doesn't do it every time, just triggers it once, or, unless you go up and you manually press E, so take out the proximity-based trigger. I like these tiny little spaceships, like purple spaceship. We're on our honeymoon, those are nice.
Adorable.
There could be more of those, I think, if you're in a fully developed solar system, you know, some traffic between one space to another, like really popular planets, or, you know, other ships that might be mining could go into or towards the dual star to try to harvest those resources, so you're not the only ship. But, you know, they're just small vessels or like a little spaceship taxi or something to bring a little life to it. Yeah, but I mean, it's a great experience. It's a great lore piece. It can do well, but it's not something that I'm compelled to play twice. And I think that's important, right? Because I could come into this and there's no measure of like super success. You just do well or you don't do well. What do you think, Conrad? What are you seeing out of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's on a grade of pass or fail, right? And there's really no way to fail because death doesn't give you any complications. The repair stations, I would have liked seeing heal a bit faster. Maybe
Sure.
the star is still instantaneous instead. I'm not sure. Like I said, this game does leave a lot of that feeling of wanting more, right?
Sure.
Otherwise, I always love what Half Dork puts out.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, it's a great experience overall. You've got a lot of vertical space that can't be used, but I'm not sure that's a problem.
Yeah, I don't like on a glance. I had a gripe about the verticality not being used, but it doesn't really have any relevance to any of the game itself.
Yeah.
Maybe if you could throw some of the planets at like adjacent angles, or you know, drifting a little bit more or something like that.
Yeah. That's another thing.
But
yeah, when you think about like, because these planets are all on a level plane generally, but some of them you're not really interacting with. So, you know, like this giant gas planet could be higher or lower because you're not going to interact with it in the space. Same thing with, oh, it's got a little duck on it. I mean,
there's
for scale, it's a giant duck. But the, you know, those different planets that I'm not going to play with at all might be something to, you know, like I said, make it a little more or less vertical or whatever. Anyway, kind of just I'm gonna rush on out of here and check the close on this. One of the other ducks is right here at the end. Look at that. All right, we got a little victory there, and we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Well, next up is PG Live PT's The Magic Garden.
Okay.
For the excuse me. I'm trying my best to mute my mic on that. Otherwise, it was for the Smurfs Game Jam. Last seen on page 118 to 120. Could be a little bit further out there.
Okay.
They've been dying for us to play this one. They actually had a contest for a speed run. It was finished up, and I believe the
What did
victor
you
did
say
it
this
in
one was
5
called
minutes?
again?
Oh, The Magic Garden. See if I can't find a better location for it. Page 123, our dev says.
Here we go, 124 right now.
Hey, there we go. Got pushed back. That's how many games are being made, folks.
Yeah, like live on the show, it's getting pushed back. Getting more submissions all the time inside the gallery. If you don't already know how to get your game published, you can, when you create inside the Sandbox Game Maker, publish to a gallery that is inside the Game Maker. So if you're trying to learn about this tool, if you've never played with it before, you want to see some of the things that can be made for it or in it, then you can open up the gallery and you'll see games of various development levels, all the way from haven't done much at all to fully completed experiences that may be seeking polish. The intention of that gallery is generally to have people test your content so that you can make it better, and the final publishing tends to be in the metaverse. There's going to, of course, be creators that are publishing just in that gallery, as maybe they don't own a piece of land yet. They can't get it out there in the metaverse, and that's okay. the metaverse itself, publishing is coming soon for all creators. So look forward to that here. The Magic Garden,
Right.
it says it's 2 lands. So I assume it's a 1x2 because that's the only formation you could currently make. Unique assets. Magic Garden, a place full of mystery and color. When you write mystery here, that is Mystery. But I'd have to double check it if British English does that any other way. Archaic form of mystery. Interesting.
Okay.
A trade, archaic word for guild. So technically a word. It contextually also works. Journey between real and fantasy. All right, let's jump in. I'm playing as the Smurf character. Walking right up to a Wizard of Purple that we gave away 10 of these
Now,
on this live stream. Yes, sir.
our dev does say,
Yes.
be nice. This is their first experience.
PG Live PT. We will be nice. Just understand, hopefully, you will, that when we test these, I test them and try to play them like I'm 5 years old, right? I'm going to just play it blindly.
Correct.
If I do something that is incorrect in your opinion, then think about how you can lead me to the conclusions you want to get to without having to tell me in a text what to do. Because there may be things that I do here, ways that I break your experience that you weren't expecting. And you can go back in the Game Maker and redesign it so that I can't do the thing that you didn't like when I do it, okay? So just think about those.
And as our dev does tell us, they're Portuguese, and English is their 3rd language. So
Yeah.
please help as much as we
Of
can.
course. Yes, I
So
I
we
will.
definitely appreciate that.
Okay.
Before we get going, though,
Yes.
there was an experience that they'd get to play while you were gone, where they had created thought bubbles and little talk bubbles
Mhm.
that had animation done in 2D to get off the information so there wouldn't be a language barrier. So think about
Interesting.
that in your experiences if you want your information to be conveyed in a little bit more of a creative way.
All right. Okay, so hello, player. Welcome to this beautiful and peaceful world. Peaceful. You said that English is your 3rd language, so that's another thing that's important if you are watching this and you run into those situations. What I would recommend that you do is use a Google Doc or a Microsoft Word document to paste the text that you want so that it will automatically correct. And make sure you set the settings for those softwares to English UK or English US so that it will correct and underline when you have misspellings, like in the word peaceful here. Peaceful has just one L at the end. So it's a simple thing. I may go through some grammatical corrections, and that's okay. That's because I assume that these devs all around the world aren't going to be English speaking first, and we want to make it as compatible as possible. Shriram asking a question here, Conrad, and I saw it earlier, so I'm going to hit it right now. Can we expect alpha NFT staking in the future? We don't have expectations for alpha NFT staking right now.
Well, then let's go ahead and
All right,
get
let's start
to
this
our
journey.
other question that I have queued.
All right.
March Leon, over on YouTube as well, wants to know, can I win sand if I start today? What can
There
you
are
do
social
to-
contests that are going on right now that you can win sand with on the website at sandbox.game. Click on the alpha section and look at those contests that are going on right now. There are many ways that you can win sand. There are also asset creation contests. So the Smurf that you see on this screen was created by somebody using the free software VoxEdit. We just finished up an asset creation competition for the CyberKongs, right? CyberKongs is an IP based out of the crypto space, and that competition was to create assets around their crypto assets that already exist, things and interpretations of cool stuff that you thought the CyberKongs are or might use inside the Sandbox game. That competition, we gave away thousands of dollars on that competition, and they created it with this software. The deer that you see right in front of you is created with VoxEdit. So you start creating with those things, and you will soon start earning cryptocurrency, because we have people who are in those top 10s there winning crypto. We have people who are learning the skills with these softwares, later reaching out to companies that are trying to come into the metaverse and saying, I know how to make these things. Can I make things for you? I love that this deer is pushing me around. And then also we've got game making competitions. So this particular game jam competition that you see, PG Live PT, created this experience inside the Sandbox Game Maker, and they submitted it for Game Jam. If PG Live PT gets in the... Oh, thank you. Uncle Grumpy says that the text doesn't say alpha, it says play. It'll probably say alpha again in, a number of days. July. You guys saw the pass. The pass has July listed on it. So I can say July right now. But the anyway, so you've got the link there, sandbox.game/en/season/contests, as Conrad has linked it in the chat. That is one way to win. Thank you. Also, Jazzwolf. And then we also have, the VoxEdit software, the Game Maker software. So there's lots of different ways to win sand if you can't afford to buy some sand, you want to get into the space. That is when we get into the season of content, we're going to have 20,000 season passes. That is the current plan. It is not solidified in a press release yet, so forgive me if that changes. But currently, 20,000 season passes that we'll give away. Those we give away for free to random winners. If you've won one of those season passes, then you'll have a chance to redeem sand tokens at the end of your season based on your progress. So lots of cool stuff going on. But let's get into this game. Find Bentley Bear has been my task, and as I'm walking around, you're doing something right, and you're using your own judgment on this. So I like kind of the way that you are judging things overall as I'm walking around, because generally speaking, the smaller mushrooms aren't impeding me. I would say that given that this is a living creature, I probably wouldn't walk through the squirrel here. I know that that's a small nitpicky thing, but
Can you walk through the bunny as
you
well?
can't walk through the bunny. So if it was consistent, then I would say, cool, it's consistent. But in this particular case, the squirrel you can't walk through. The bunny you can, or the opposite. You can walk through the bunny, but you can't walk through the squirrel.
Right, and as our chat's pointing out here, this area does look very lush. I always
absolutely.
like a lived-in world.
Yes, it does look like it is well lived in, that it exists. It's not just what can I break? What can I break?
All right. All right, Joe, what are you doing?
Trying to do
Are we going to get up that cliffside?
I don't know. This cliffside doesn't look like there's a way up. That area over there, maybe. I think I could walk through that blue. So
you could do a skip jump right there. You go forward and then dash around. There you go. Some advanced techniques.
Okay.
That I was
so
forced
we
to
kind
learn.
of got stuck a little bit there, but that's all right. We probably could have just walked up the skeleton as well. Nonetheless, we'll continue to move on. Lily pads are holding us up, but that would have been a traditional platformer thing to do. I think that's good. One of the things that I'm noting as I'm running around is I have a fairly high-end PC at this point. 3080 on I think this is a 10 something, whatever. i9 processor. And as I'm coming into these areas and these assets, these logics, there's a lot going on logically. There's a lot of thinking happening that is causing this like light hitching. So if I was to guess, this wouldn't perform terribly well on someone's older PC.
It might struggle a bit.
Yeah. I'm
You got to remember everything
Bentley
is
Bear.
loading at once.
Exactly, and that's the critical part, is that with everything loading all the time or all at once. No. Okay. I don't know where Bentley Bear is. But I know what Bentley Bear looks like, and I'm not seeing Bentley Bear. There's no indicator suggesting which direction to go to find them. So I'm going to try to just kind of cheat a little bit here.
So as a note on the lily pads there,
Yes.
that would have been a good use of foretelling for game mechanics. If later on we are to experience a platforming level, you can kind of subtly ready your players for that to come up. So it looks like Bentley is next to the bones back there.
Are they? Oh yeah, they're kind of hiding in the corner. Okay. Well,
So we might want an indicator for him.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. If you have a quest where we're going from here and we're just trying to go forward, you could see my eye was drawn to the pads as I run forward. At no point here, because they're hidden behind the mushrooms, can I see Bentley Bear. I'm compelled to go forward and across these lily pads because they kind of draw this line that takes my eye that way. Everything is leading to the ladder, and I just went straight for the ladder, expecting Bentley Bear to be up top. They are not. So what you can do is put a yellow indicator over their heads saying Bentley Bear is over here once I collected that quest. Hi, player. You found me. The you in that's never going to stop. America. We're doing it in America, but it's 2 days too early. Calm down.
Also
Anyway.
my birthday.
Yeah. Hi, player. You found me. You should be capitalized. Do you want to go to the magic garden? You will need to find the wise owl. He knows how to climb the wall from here. Only one owl knows. Find the special one. Okay? I assume that it is the wise owl that is in the mountain up there. Chilling. That's why we wanted to climb. Oh. Okay. This asset in particular. You see what just happened there? With the right here, the piece is vertically just about the same height as the characters. So what I recommend you do for this particular asset is all the way around this section here, put in an invisible hitbox, an invisible wall or a polyed box, so that I can't get stuck inside this thing. It's okay to do that in situations where visually it makes sense. Of course, it's okay to do that in any situation, but all right. Wise Owl. If you want to go to the Magic Garden, you will need to find 5 rope ladders. After that, you would only need to climb the wall. Good luck. Thanks, Wise Owl. Where are the rope ladders?
Find the rope ladders.
Oh,
they might
one.
be.
So
they're scattered
they're just chilling. There's one. Okay. This one I was able to find without indicators, and as it is a hidden sort of item quest, makes sense. Let's see. I want to come all the way back. Yep. Okay. Here's one. They weren't there before, which is good that you had them spawn in the world. Now I've got 3. Are there any that are like really high up?
The escape room artist over on Twitch does have a fair point. As an escape room guy, I like find and not a quest indicator, but others may not share my view. I happen to share the same view, but when it comes to starting off a quest and getting the players really rolling, you want to get them into the thick of it as quick as possible.
Yeah, if it's a quest like this that says straight up find the rope ladders, then that's fine. But I think for your quest givers, your main storyline characters, if it's coming in here and the Wizard of Purple says go find this guy, maybe that makes sense, but I'm just not, in my opinion, that one particular instance here. Um, this guy is too buried in the wall. If I could just skip like half this level right now, that would be wild.
It'd be pretty wild.
I feel like I can now. Like something changed in the world elements.
Hmm.
It's probably because I am finding the rope ladders.
Our friend Vox Maker Mark
Yep.
over on Twitch says, on a low-end PC, it has a lag that feels bad on the eye. Did not play very long, sorry.
And see, that's
yes.
kind of what I'm talking about. All those logics, right? Yeah, if I can feel the hitching on this PC here, I would generally say that it's not performing very well on a higher end PC. But that's happening because you have a lot more characters than maybe you need running around. More importantly, you probably have a lot of logic that is just hidden right now until a quest comes up, and then it spawns into the world. Like it's already there, and it's doing its function. Some of these things could also be based on proximity, that would cause this. If there are things that are supposed to happen if I'm close to it, and I keep getting close to them, that's going to cause that sort of a lag. Let's see. But this is your first experience, and so far I gotta say, for a first experience, this is doing a lot of good things. All right, what do we got? Oh, bless.
Oh, I had muted myself to cough and then forgot to unmute myself. Goodness gracious.
Wait, can I climb that? Oh, I can.
It looks like
I'm
you
just
can,
on the wrong
but
side.
Our dev does say that there is one inside the house and one inside the water.
Okay. So
I believe the other house.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, if there is one in the water. Oh, there is one in the water. It's kind of buried in there. Okay.
There we go. It's a good spot.
So the question you have to ask yourself, back to the point that who was the other user who just mentioned that they
like Vox Maker Mark.
Yeah.
Was trying it on their PC.
Oh no, the one before that. User before that.
Oh.
Escape room artist. Yeah, yep. It says, as an escape room guy, I like to find and not get a quest indicator. So now as a dev, PG, you get to make the decision. Did that take too long for me to find those? You wanted to tell me where they are. So I'm guessing that you wanted me to find those. Not just so I can get on to the next area, but because you thought it was taking too long. If you think that it is taking too long, one other element that you might be able to add is a timer-based system that will, on, a minute, 2 minutes, you could have a quest indicator come up over the asset that gets destroyed when you pick up the asset or when you get in proximity to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an option. Or you could just relocate them slightly so that they are still hidden. Like that particular ladder that was in here was placed inside this door frame, and it was straight on like this. If you just turned it at a 45-degree angle or like straight on, then I might have seen it through the door frame. Or alternatively, you can also make those assets have a rarity display. And so the rarity display, what'll happen is it shows up as like this white beam of light with a little sparkle to it, right? So you could attach that to the asset as well, so that you have these like rays that show you where they are. So it's like it's important, but it's not super obvious when it's inside a waterfall, right? So there's all sorts of different possibilities with that that you like.
Lots of ways, but so far, yeah. I really like this experience. I would definitely. You got to go up the waterfall now.
We have to go up the waterfall.
Remember where you had that pathing that went up, that opened up to you?
Yeah, that one over there. Oh, it does have a ladder.
The waterfall.
You're right.
Yeah. There we go.
And now the ladders work. So I was sort of right that I could skip it, I think.
Yes, you were getting onto the right hints. So, as some of our chatters over on Twitch are suggesting, lowering the faces of some of your mushrooms to make it a little bit more optimized. But definitely taking some of these creatures and the logic that's attached to them and maybe lowering the amount of them. Because we can still have it have that feel of lived in without having.
Oh, now it makes a lot of sense.
There's a lot of here. It's very pretty.
Yeah,
but
it's
this is
super
going
nice,
to burn
but...
some PCs.
Yeah, so one thing to keep in mind that in the current version of the Game Maker, this will not be true in the next version, but in the current version of the Game Maker, all of this stuff is always loaded. So that bird that's flying way back there and all this stuff in the sky, all of this is always loaded. And you've got it packed with stuff. So it's not so bad in terms of, ironically, it's not as bad in the faces aspect. Like the mushrooms, people talked about optimizing them. Optimizing them is good, but ironically, might not be the issue. The issue when I go back and I look at this, you can see quite clearly it's the CPU, right? You can see 66%.
Too many creature logics going on all at once.
Yeah. Too many creature logics, too many pending quests all at once. And so it does look alive. It looks beautiful. I
gotta say,
play the heck out of this.
Like you got me here. As soon as coming down from that ravine right there, and then stepping up and seeing all this like lush world that's even more than what we just experienced. You got that wow factor from me.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
It's wonderful in that regard. Okay, here's a stupid thing, but I'm gonna say it. These mushrooms have collision on.
That one mushroom pad.
Yeah, but I mean that's what we do when we do QA, right, Conrad? Like we always go in and we're like that mushroom right there, and we have to highlight it and send it into the dev. Exactly right. So I like the fact that the small bushes you could walk through, because in real life you just kind of like push it out the way, stomp it down, whatever. We got some collidable grass over here again, which seems stupid, but that low grass right here, I can step on it. So I can see that that's something you didn't use too much, but used it to try to build it out. So I bet every time I went and found one of those, I'd be able to step on it, or I'd trip over it, basically. Okay, so as I come up here, hello player, and welcome to the Magic Garden. The last time you wrote the Magic Garden, you capitalized the word the, THE. So either capitalize it always or don't always. It's up to you.
Because it's part of the title.
Right. If the world area is called the Magic Garden, then always capitalize the. If it is not, if it is just called Magic Garden, then don't capitalize the. All right. And your character is correct. I do appreciate the amazing nature of this place.
A wild Smurf.
This time, the wild Smurf said the Magic Garden, like it is capitalized. So I feel like that's... I love mushrooms. Well.
I bet you do, buddy.
Hello, player. What a great day.
Yeah, this really cool world.
Yeah, it's a beautiful world. Wild Smurfette. This time, the Magic Garden isn't, you know. So recheck those NPCs and pick any direction that you like. In the story, this cat absolutely detests the Smurfs. Tries to murder them often. So having him like prance about with the other Smurfs, maybe not idealistic, but if he is chasing them and they're running away, then that would be, I think, a good idea. Get a beautiful little Smurf house. Can't open the door though. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to, or if I've missed a quest. I feel like this is something that I'm going to be able to break. Oh, no. Good job. Good job. Put an invisible wall there.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a quest, and I'm not finding one. So this is another example of, if there was a quest to be had. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There's just actually, I think I saw that exclamation mark before when I first came up, but I got too wowed by the world. Hi, player. How are you today? Please, can you help me find Papa Smurf? I believe that he has 3 tasks for you. Good luck. All right.
Mambo number 5.
When we give these quests, it may be good to give the quest a title that isn't quest number something. I guess it's up to you. It just seems odd.
I like it when it's relevant to the task at hand.
Yeah, when it's got a name, right? Like whatever it's called. Mystery, Papa Smurf, or something like that. I don't know. Okay, this time when it says find Papa Smurf, can I find him in his house? Can I open the door now? I feel like this should be openable.
I'm going to be really sad if somebody doesn't have a Smurf Game Jam entry where it's just the cat trying to smash little Smurfs. Giant claws coming out,
Okay.
Where is Papa Smurf? So now we get this flip side of a super lived-in world.
Oh,
where...
What's up?
Oh.
He's a little gangster over here. Hi, player.
Where it was almost too hard to find him.
Yeah, but that was okay. That was okay.
Right.
We explored the whole world. Please, can you help me find 10 red mushrooms like the one on my left? Normally, they like to be under the trees. Remember, not all the mushrooms are okay to pick. All right. So does it happen that the mushroom that I collided with, I collided because it is supposed to be pickable? For this quest, and if so, is it out there too early? Nope. 16 red mushroom. Okay.
So we got a funny name still. A placeholder name.
There we go. Yeah, but this is the asset name, so I'm not so sure that's on the dev here, but nonetheless, yeah.
Still, something to watch out for.
Yeah, when you're thinking about creating these assets, we actually ran into this on an internal keyway just the other day, maybe yesterday, where somebody was looking for a character, and they were like, well, what's the name of this character? Because I'm trying to report it to the developer. So they look up the character based on the name we said it was, and they were like, no, I don't think that's this character, because the developer did not name the character the same thing in the game as what they had sold the asset for on the marketplace. So it ended up having a totally different name. So keep that in mind if you are a development team and you are going to name your characters in your experience, try to name them the same thing. Come up with that narrative design a little bit early, at least the core parts.
Going right there.
Oh, hey, what up?
So now, when Alex had played this a few days ago on the Wednesday stream,
yeah,
these assets that we're looking here, they did get the criticism that they were too small. And as we continue on the quest line here, because we're about to see some blue special pills or something like that coming up, now they're going to end up being very small as well.
Okay. This one is find the key and return it to me. What key?
Could be anywhere.
Key to his house. I hope it's around his house somewhere.
Underneath the rug, maybe? Too easy.
You want me to pull the rug?
Oh, bad joke is bad.
Bad joke is bad.
We're just here building, guys. Like, we don't got time for that. Number goes up, number goes down.
I thought you were making a meme there as well.
I wasn't
saying the word building also a meme?
I know, right? Let me put my hands together.
Yep.
Supposedly it's in the water.
Okay. Wait, who told you that? Jazzwolf is saying, is it in the water?
Oh, is it in the water? There we go.
But also...
Oh, you need to read... Oh, the information from Papa Smurf did say, from our dev, I was drinking water when I lost it.
Okay. I see it. I grabbed it.
We got a hint.
We did get a hint, and we didn't read it because we were playing the game like we're 5. So what would have made it so that we would read that text better? Highlight important words. Make them a different color. Blue, yellow, green, red, whatever. Make it so that my 5-year-old mind will slow down and absorb the information that's important. Lost the key to my door. Door is in red. Or key is in red and door is in red. Key to my door. I last knew it was where I was drinking water by the river. And those things are highlighted. And then I can see them like right here. Thanks, player. Before you continue your journey on the other side of the dam, please, can you kill the wild animal on the magic garden
a murder in a Smurfs
with your
game?
own hands before he eats our chickens? Thanks and see you. Okay, I'll do a murder.
Oh.
The Smurfs are not known for murder.
Kill it with your own hands, even.
Kill it with your bare hands. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Kill the wild animal. Where's the chickens?
Maybe capture instead of murder?
Yeah, you could still have to deal damage to it, possibly. Like, I don't think that's an issue, but I think the narrative beat, if the Smurfs team sees that, they're going to say, well, that's not very Smurf-like.
Yeah, let's get this one out right away.
Yeah, and I don't think it, for lack of a better term, it's not going to kill your chances of winning or whatever, but it will definitely put you lower on the score ranking.
Right. Finn's got us. You're just playing as Killer Smurf.
Is it this one? Am I supposed to be fighting Azrael?
We gotta kill a cat, I guess.
Azrael? Is that the one?
Yazerbeam's got us. I mean, you wanted more attention to getting dialogue, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. This cat has way too much health if it is the cat I should be attacking.
Can you write it?
Yeah, probably. It has collision on it. Just need to get up here first. Oop.
And now smack it.
You can't smack it while you ride
Ah. Kill the big cat thing. Oh man. We do have an indicator, it says PG.
What? Do we?
I don't know, maybe it's not the cat. I will add it to the queue, Sandra.
I'm looking real hard for an indicator.
I say take down the kitty cat.
I don't want to do that if I don't have to. These characters are not about murder, they're Smurfs.
But you're Murder Smurf.
Is it that bird? I can't. I literally can't see the indicator.
It's gotta be the cat, dude.
Kill the wild animal. There it is. I see an indicator now, but it was just a white color indicator.
Oh,
Bop,
it's
bop.
a puma.
It's a puma.
Big cat thing.
Another cat.
Would you stop making up wild animals?
Okay. Killed a wild animal. We did a murder. And now, there's a ladder.
If you get that reference, 10 points to Gryffindor.
Congratulations, player, and welcome to the Waterfall Village. I'm here to make your life a bit more difficult. Wow. Wow. Wizzy. What are you doing to me, Wizzy? So I need to ask you one very important question. Do you want to take a red pill or a blue pill? Oh my gosh. I literally don't know the difference between these two in the Matrix. I don't know which one takes you into the Matrix and which one doesn't. Also,
once again, Smurfs relevant.
Yep. You want the Smurfs to do drugs? Probably not. But I don't know.
Yeah. Maker Mark has a good point. Wizzy the Purple would be handing out purple pills.
Blue and yellow, purple. Never mind.
Take them both.
Yeah. I remember correctly, Alex saying that there isn't a death animation for the Smurfs. They get knocked out. Red pill for the Matrix. What does that mean? Like, I want to stay in the Matrix or not, Maddox?
Because I want to stay in the Matrix. I ain't got time for this.
Is that what a red pill does? Red is stay in the Matrix. All right, I'm going to take the red pill. And it sent me to hell. Way to go.
What? What? Lava and corpses is very not Smurfs.
Okay. But I'm okay with the change up here. If you want to get back to the Waterfall Village, please find the 10 pieces of the Smurfs' lost treasure, and I'll send you back with my magic powers. P.S. Don't fight them, just run. Good luck, and bye-bye. Run.
How's it going, Direct Trusha?
Whoop. Wait.
Whoop.
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 Whoop. Where's the... Whoop. 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 Wait, is that treasure that I'm supposed to go find? That's not even... Oh, boy. Got one. No! Okay. Okay. Here we go. Oh, here we go.
Laser beams? You do have a point.
What?
There is an evil wizard trying to kill them all the time. High fantasy?
Doing a murder. Doing a murder. It's fine. This is fine. Hey, this thing would heal me, I assume. Looking for a treasure while I'm under duress.
Isn't his name Gargamel?
Yes. Well, that's the, like, wizard guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Finding some treasure while I'm under duress. Doop doop doop. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. Do a barrel roll.
So now we're seeing more of the underground and not so utilized assets that are kind of bogging down this experience.
Yeah, which is wild, right? Like, because I mean, I should not be lagging. If my PC is lagging, 90% of all users will lag. Absolutely. Because what you're seeing isn't like, it's not like I actually have any additional load due to the fact that I am streaming, because I have this set, like, that's a whole other computer. So you're just seeing natively what it's like on an i9 with a 3080 GPU, and it's lagging. So you generally do not want your users to have to fight their own computer in order to play your experience. So there should be some optimization to work on. Again, that's not, you know.
Zayden Gaming says this feels like a fever dream game.
Oh.
This was my COVID experience.
Yep.
All in all, if this wasn't attached to the Smurfs, what is that guy?
I don't know, but I have to go in.
Oh, there's another one.
I'm gonna get the heck out of there.
If this wasn't attached to the Smurfs Game Jam, you get a ton of points. But once again, there's a lot of enemies here that probably don't need to be here. There's a lot of logic that's going on in the background That once again, that you could probably cut out. I really liked how you filled in the world. You paid attention to detail and trying to make it look lived in. But you can do that without having the NPCs making that wander. And some of these quests could probably be named differently or be cut out entirely.
Yeah, and one easy way to actually make it so that the logic doesn't do what it's doing is to not make all of these characters predators. It seems like you made them all predators.
Right.
And so they're triggering on a proximity to me. Triggered! So every time I get close to this spider, right, I just triggered the logic. Hey, that piece of grass wasn't actually fixed to the environment. That's pretty funny.
And yes.
Yeah, so now if we scale that up to the other assets out there, there's got to be more treasure in the water or something, right? Trying to find these treasures.
Definitely got to be one in the water.
I got one already. Oh yeah.
For your first experience, I gotta say, bravo.
Yeah, this is great.
I want more from you, for sure. But like Yazareem says, this game has everything. Every game doesn't have to have everything.
Well, that's true.
To me, less is more in many situations.
Let's see.
Our dev has given us a hint here. On the lava, behind the bush and the wall. So apparently you have one super well hidden here.
Wait.
And as the original ultimatum is pointing out over on Twitch chat, this game has a lot of collection. Like, fetch quests usually aren't loved too much. So I would definitely cut down the amount of collection required, as they are suggesting as well. Maybe mix in some narrative, so where you have to go back and forth between heroes, or...
Oh, there's some kind of climbing thing happening here, I think.
I never would have found that.
No, and the leaves have collision turned on. You can climb them, but their collision is also on.
That was well hidden. I like it a lot.
That would have worked better.
I never would have found that.
Yeah, that would have worked better if you found a way to highlight the actual climbable assets, like with a little piece of grass or something here. Because otherwise, this is just like, this is the wall texture, right? It's as camouflage as it gets.
Yeah, different color vines or blocks for the steps up. Maybe actual stairs themselves.
Yeah, a sparkle, anything to make that possible. Now it makes me think there's going to be another one of these jump puzzles that I'm just missing, and I kind of think that I see one here, but it's tough to tell.
I mean, overall, I really like the game.
Yeah, so far it's been good. I mean,
it's just kind of confusing.
Yeah, you're using the default music. You have other options, I think, that might be better. But yeah, it's a choice that a dev can make or not to have those leading lines if you want to.
Behind the bush in the corner, our dev says. And something that I always try and remind people as they have us test out our games is that while you're building it, you have all this stuff memorized.
Oh my gosh.
I never would have found that. So you have all this stuff memorized. You have to play test it, so you end up seeing all of these assets hundreds of times. You figure out the puzzles hundreds of times, and it becomes like almost benign for the difficulty. So you end up with these jumping games where these platformers are insanely difficult because you were making it, though. It's super easy to use. So you go, there doesn't need to be a checkpoint here. So you have to look at it from a brand new player's instance every single time that you play it. So that hidden puzzle right there, it's a little difficult.
Yeah. And then as we come back into this experience again, I would recommend that you. Oh, there's two Detective Smurfs right next to each other.
Oh,
Yeah, I would recommend that you make more story, right? Because you can have less collection and more story, and people get the same thing out of it. So far, we've done a lot of collecting, and every time you get to the next experience, the next space, it is just thanks. Go find something else, right? That's been the story so far. So that actually encourages me to just go pressing E back to back to back. Like okay, on to the next part. So yeah, we can move past that by having good narrative beats with good highlights in those narrative beats to talk about why things are happening, not just saying go find this. I do understand that the Wizard of Purple is missing the pills, but why do they need them at all? Right? In a Smurfs universe, why do they need them at all? I think that could help quite a bit. But as I'm, yeah, and Yazerbeam's making some good points, because the environment is so lush, it'd be great for a prop hunt style game. But let me see if I can make a Wizzy themed giveaway here. Give me just a second. I'm going to put a form out here in the chat. 472. Make a copy.
yeah. I think this would be really fun to do a hide and go seek or like a prop hunt. That would be awesome. Social
All right.
hubs style game.
There we go. I think that's a good point too. Jazzwolf24 mentioning in order to, or Yazerbeam saying in order to avoid the idea of like the drug paraphernalia in a children themed competition, you could replace the pills with magic potion or missing hats or any other asset that really falls in line with that wizard and not the blue pill, red pill situation. Yeah. But inside the chat right now, if you would like to win a Wizzy themed NFT, I guess my little Smurf can't wear these assets, but you can see I have a Wizzy the Blues Undying hat here on the screen. The form that you have here is for a Wizzy the Green's Lucky hat, which we give away only on these live streams. And when they are gone for good. After the remaining something like 40 Wizzy the Green's Lucky hats are distributed, we're going to be moving on to a Wizzy the Purple's Lucky hat. Those NFTs are exclusive to this show, given away only for free, and they are limited in quantity. So fill out this form if you're interested in that NFT that you can use inside any combat-based experience in the Sandbox Game Metaverse or in the Sandbox Game Maker.
Mr. Pizza Man has a good point.
Okay.
Smurf berries. That might be a good idea. Berries or fruits or something like that they're collecting.
Yeah, that would be great too. That'd be great too, for sure.
Right. And it's a generalized human response. So what are you doing right now? Original ultimatum.
Yeah. We're looking for human responses. So what are you doing?
A robot would put in something odd.
That is true. D-Electronics says, I'm going to win this one. I can feel it. It's a tingle.
It's tingly just like that jellyfish. Thank you, Ollie.
All right. Vote for D-Electronics to win. You can't vote for people to win. So far, we got 32 responses on the form. Oh, you're doing 1011. Mr. Pizza Man, you're missing 10 and or 1 in that.
We're almost there.
Got to be an 8-byte or 8-bit signature to be a single byte of data. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Let's start the D-Electronics Super Pack.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You know, if you're interested, if you don't win a Wizard of Green's lucky hat and you would like one, you can always go pick one up over on Secondary on OpenSea.io, because these are NFTs and you can do whatever you want with them. And some people have been silly enough to want to try to sell those on the internets.
Right.
That is probably going to be the way that I'll have to get one, because I can't give one away to myself. That's not very fair. All right. D-Electronics saying 32 responses, but I have at least 13 votes. Conrad, I'm sorry that you're dying, sir. He's like, I'm gonna sneeze. I gotta mute. He got himself all muted. I wish I'm gonna make a scene where I can just like quickly like make us go away or something. You know?
It's whatever. Shouldn't be
Yaser
too long
beams.
since I'm
Yaser
feeling
beams in the community, relatively new. Yaser beams. You're gonna want to start a DAO for that. You're gonna start a DAO for that in the crypto space. So D-Electronics can get that.
Maddox just straight wants up a sneeze cam.
Sneeze cam. Wow.
As soon as you hear me start to sneeze, you just get me all up close.
Just a hard focus like sneeze cam. All right.
Good time.
I'm going to shut down the forum now here as we are coming up to the close of the show. And one thing to note here is if this is your first time watching us live over on twitch.tv, we will raid anyone who is streaming the Sandbox game at the end of this show. So we also prioritize new streamers when we look through that list. So if you're interested, feel free to start up your live stream right now, as Maddox of Furia did yesterday, and we may be raiding you. But let's do that giveaway right now. 75 responses to the forum. I'm going to type RNG in my favorite browser. I'm going to type 1 through 75 and click generate. And user number 36 is the winner. Let's see who that is. All right. When I asked, what are you doing? You answered,
It's
watching.
electronics. I'm gonna lose my mind.
It's not D-Electronics. Sorry, D. It says, what are you doing? Watching TSB live show. Which platform did you watch from? Twitch.tv. Poliante. I saw that you were in here in like the first couple of seconds of the stream earlier today.
Poliante is
So
always
congratulations.
Congratulations, friend.
I'm going to make sure I
GG.
spell that correctly. At Poliante. Poliantiate. And it didn't go out to twitch.tv where you actually won. But congratulations. I'm going to put your name inside the form. Distribution on those assets usually goes out once every couple of weeks as they come directly from Alex Florez wallet, as Alex is the original artist who created assets like the Smurfs you see on your screen and the Wizzy themed NFT that you are going to win.
We
So.
can't see him right now.
You can't see on your screen. You're right. That's a good point. Like the Smurfs you see on your screen. And the Wizzy. I'm dying now. I'm dying.
Don't worry, escape
slowly.
room artists. Every single live show, we do one of these giveaways.
Close before I can get it filled out. I'm sorry. Yeah, escape room artists. Don't worry. Yeah, we do one every stream. We're gonna do one again tomorrow, as Conrad and I are doing a special show because yesterday my network connection went derp, and I was sitting here struggling for like 30 minutes just trying to get it figured out so I could get back on the internet. By then, I was frustrated, and I was like, I can't do this today.
Tomorrow's gonna be a birthday stream.
Birthday
It's gonna
stream.
be my birthday.
Wait, weren't we supposed to go out to eat
Next week. We're gonna make reservations
next
for that.
week? Oh yeah, that's right. Brittany.
I want to have that steak again, Brittany.
Where does he want his birthday reservation?
Oh no.
We gotta go to Red Aviva.
He said we're paying for it, or he's paying for it, and we're going to Red
Me.
Aviva. Yeah, I mean, he just wants to eat with people he likes. So, you know,
Right.
thanks for liking me.
I like you guys.
D-Electronics says my birthday was this week. D!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. All right.
Go ahead and give us something about that big screen, though, Joe.
Let's rock it out.
Ooh. No, thank you, Al. Let's get it. You can hear Holly shoveling out that ice.
You cannot. You can't hear her
That's
shoveling ice.
That's good.
You can only hear her asking
But-
questions. Conrad,
As
what's up?
always, everybody, I say it every single live. No matter how you're feeling, it doesn't define you as a person.
What?
Every day is a new day,
Oh,
and depression can be beaten. And if you need somebody to chat with, I'm your guy. My DMs are always open, at RadConDad. You can find me everywhere. You can probably also find Joseph for the same thing.
that's
We
true.
got your back, everybody. So thank you so much, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, too.
Hey, we're queuing up a raid right now over on twitch.tv for those who want to keep the party rolling, hanging out, talking about the Sandbox game creating. Got a great creator in Tuschay, Tuschay, over on twitch.tv right now. 59 people queued up to go raid Tuschay. Say hi to them for me. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Most definitely. Beautiful people.